Okay, hi guys and welcome to the show. Today we're going to be discussing replica watches and my top 5 reasons why you must never ever buy a replica watch. Now before I get into this, I'll do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Seiko SKX. This is a classic, iconic diver that is very affordable. I've featured this in many videos. It's an all-time favorite of mine and an iconic classic diving watch. So wristwatch check done, let's get on with the show. Okay, welcome back guys. Now before we get into this, I must just state that in our watch community on the internet and on YouTube, there's a lot of kind of disagreements. There's a lot of divisive watches and brands out there. There's a lot of discussions. You know, you have your Rolex purists, and then you have your Omega fans, and there's always kind of a back and forth and different opinions about ETA movements and Japanese movements versus Swiss movements and quartz versus automatic and all the rest of it. However, there is one subject that is absolutely unifyingly unanimous between all true watch enthusiasts, and that is the disdain and loathing, really, let's not sugarcoat it, of replica watches. And today I want to discuss 5 reasons why you must never buy a replica watch. No matter how we disagree about different preferences and tastes when it comes to watches, one thing that all watch fans and aficionados do absolutely agree on is replicas. Now this is not the same as a homage watch. Replicas, I'll just quickly explain to you, replica watches are blatant fakes, that rip-offs, that masquerading. For example, you get fake Rolexes or fake Omegas or fake Pateks or any of these, and they pass themselves off as genuine. A homage, on the other hand, can be based on a Rolex Submariner, for example, but is made by another brand. And more often than not, some of these homages are actually Swiss made with decent movements and decent quality as well. The reason behind that is because not everybody can afford an $8,000 Rolex Submariner, but a $500 homage that is Swiss made is a lot more attainable. And there's a lot of debate in the watch community whether homage watches are a good thing or a bad thing. Personally, I don't have that much of an issue with homage watches. In fact, I have one myself. Not everybody can go out there and spend $8,000 at a drop of a hat on a Rolex Submariner, for example. And sometimes a homage is a nice way to get a decent quality timepiece. For those of you starting out watch collecting, I think it's a great place to start. And obviously you can save and get a serious piece later on. So anyway, back to the video at hand. Okay, so we'll start at number 5 and we'll count down. And the number 5 reason why you must never wear or buy a replica watch is because for a little bit more you can actually buy an iconic classic watch. And I wear the SKX very deliberately today. This is about $200. It's been made quite famous recently by Robert Redford. He wore it in the film All Is Lost, a fantastic film, check it out if you haven't seen it. And he wore it on a NATO strap, and it is widely respected by established watch aficionados, by diving fans. It really is a robust, affordable, iconic watch, and this is only $200. So instead of spending $100 to a few $100 on a replica that is a blatant fake, you can get a real respected timepiece for $200. So that's my 5th reason. If you spend a little bit more, you can get an actual real timepiece. This is not trying to pretend to be anything else. It's genuine. It's respected across the board from watch collectors. You know, I know a lot of watch collectors that have extremely expensive pieces, but yet they have one of these in their collection because, you know, it's got that kind of iconic status. So you can get classic watches for not very much. So why own a replica or a fake when you can get the real thing for a few $100s? Now the fourth reason is reliability and quality. A fake watch is not going to have the same craftsmanship, it's not going to have the quality control, it's obviously not going to be made in the same factories as the established watchmakers. A major way of distinguishing between a fake and a genuine article is often in performance. You can't depend on a fake replica watch. The effort they put into making those are to pass themselves off as looking like the real thing. If you actually look inside a fake, often they're cheap Chinese movements that are not reliable, and they stop working after a while. So why waste your money when you could buy a really good, decent watch? And this Seiko SKX, for example, this iconic classic diving watch, this has been said to go 15, 20 years without a service. So these really are built to last, and they can take a knock. You can go 200 meters water resistance, you can go diving with these. And you buy a watch to keep time, and if it can't keep time, then it's a complete waste of money, and it kind of negates the whole purpose of having a quality timepiece. So my third reason is supporting crime. By buying replica watches, you are supporting an industry that is engaged in organized crime. They often employ very questionable means of manufacturing and labor. Buying these timepieces, you're putting your money in the pockets of criminals and criminal organizations, and those in turn, most often than not, are part of a wider organizations that have fingers in many pies. So your money is directly going to support criminal enterprises. You're actually encouraging it, you're making it worse. You know, I dread to think the conditions of the laborers and workers that make fake watches have to suffer. So by buying a replica or fake, you are putting the money in the pockets of organized crime and criminals. Okay, my second point is the refinement and tradition of watch keeping. Now, those of you who follow my channel will undoubtedly heard me preach this message before, that a quality timepiece is as important as a decent pair of shoes, as a well-fitted suit. It's a refinement. It completes the outfit. It's an essential accessory, I believe, to every gentleman. It's a tradition that's been handed down to me. I inherited my grandfather's timepieces, and that inspired me to carry on collecting and into the hobby and to learn more about horology. There is nothing better for a family heirloom to hand down the generation, to be remembered by, than a quality timepiece. In this day and age, you really don't have to spend that much to hand down something of quality that's going to last, that is going to be valued, and that's something that's been on your wrist that the next generation can enjoy. That's very personal. You can even engrave them. It's a refinement, it's a tradition that I believe is essential to every gentleman, and it's accessible to all. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can buy something that's very affordable, that's going to last, and that is worthy of handing down and being remembered by, like this Seiko. I actually own my father's Seiko as well, and it's very special. The sentimental value of it is, to me, is very important indeed. Watchmaking is an art. It's not the same with fake and replica watches. There isn't that craftsmanship and that artistry and tradition. It just doesn't exist in fake replica watches. Even with an entry-level piece like this, it is something to be proud of. It still is a refinement that every gentleman, I mean, you know, women have their bags and their shoes and, you know, all these jewelry, but really the one most important part of a man's accessories or his jewelry or whatever, it is a wristwatch, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a really good one. Okay, my number one point has to do with self-respect. Now, I know a lot of you, like myself included, we work hard for everything we have. It's part of the world we live in now, right? So you deserve better. So why would you disrespect yourself with something that's fake? It makes no sense. By buying a fake watch, by wearing a fake watch, you're disrespecting yourself. You're lowering your standard. You deserve to have the real thing. And it doesn't matter how impeccably identical it looks like to the real thing. You know deep down that it's not genuine. It affects a lot more people than you realize. I mean, there are YouTube channels out there that actually have fake watches and masquerade as the real thing, and it's bad form. Nobody will respect you, and you need to respect yourself. Why shortchange yourself with something that's not even genuine? You deserve the best. You deserve better. So, give yourself a little bit more respect and buy yourself something of quality that is going to last you, that is going to be reliable, that you can depend on, that you can hand down the next generation, that you can be proud to hand down to your son or your daughter or your best friend or whoever, that they can remember you by. You don't want to be remembered by something that's not even real. There's nothing more elegant and refined that a gentleman can own than a decent quality timepiece. And as I said, you really don't have to spend that much to get something of quality that is respected by watch connoisseurs to newcomers to this fantastic hobby. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know what you think down below. If there's any other points that I missed out, I'd love to hear about it. But those basically are my 5 reasons why you should never buy a replica watch. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Okay guys, ciao.